What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's Trader Joe's Taste Test, where we're trying a bunch of stuff, and notably some pumpkin items. So we got in the pumpkin spirit, well, the jack-o'-lantern spirit, should I say, but we're wearing our pumpkin orange, you know, to represent for all the pumpkin items. But aside from all the pumpkin, there's a ton of other items we're gonna be trying, and our food's currently getting cold, so let's get right into this week's Trader Joe's Taste Test.
All right. Ooh, baby, just hold tight. We're up the moonlight. Believe in the magic.
All right, you ready to eat some of this hot food?
Yes, this Caesar broccoli bake kit smells so good. I can't wait.
Okay, and that should be the first thing we try because I made the Caesar broccoli bake kit, and I made mine as a vegetarian version. So what I did was just take out the dressing that is used, and I used a vegetarian-friendly Caesar dressing, which is the one that Trader Joe's sells. It's shelf-stable. So I just basically followed the directions, and I'll tell you guys how I made it after we take a bite.
Let's try it.
That's good.
That's really good.
I didn't get crunchies though.
Wow. You're missing out on it.
Really?
Yeah, so the Caesar dressing is really creamy and has a great flavor to it.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed because the Caesar dressing I use is more of like a vinaigrette texture, whereas the Caesar that comes in the kit, it's almost like a ranch. It's a creamy Caesar, so it looked really good. It smelled good, but it does have anchovy in it. So if you want to recreate this as a vegetarian, if you can find a creamy Caesar that they sell that doesn't have the anchovy, then that might be the move. But the dressing I use is actually really good too. I really enjoyed it. The toppings are just Parmesan and croutons. This is super easy to make yourself. So I'm gonna tell you what you do. All you do is you take the broccoli, you toss it in the dressing, you bake it in the oven at 425 for 15 to 20 minutes until it starts to kind of get the crispy edges. You pull that out, you can add more dressing on top, which I didn't do for Tim because I had used so much of the original that he didn't need it. And then you add the toppings, and that's it, croutons and parm. And this is so delicious and so simple. I wouldn't have thought to mix broccoli with a dressing and bake it, but my gosh, I want to do that with every dressing now. It's great.
Yeah, I really love the flavor of the dressing. The dressing is really good. And I also really like the fact that there's this like a Caesar salad, but instead of it being lettuce, it's with broccoli.
Yeah.
And then the croutons and the Parmesan, it just gives it the texture and flavor to really bring it home. So I think it's really good. I'm over there eyeing it because I'm like, you know, there's a little bit more dressing and broccoli left over for me that I may go get.
Well, I'm glad because I made you
it is really good.
Yeah, I made you like made him a smaller batch just because I wasn't sure if he was gonna like it or not. And I'm usually like the veggie eater. Well, he eats vegetables, but not like I do. And so I'm glad you like it because there is more left over there. But next up, before it gets cold, is the rice. So the rice isn't what we're taste testing, but the hoisin sauce is. And we're just gonna add it to some rice to taste it. I looked on Google, and it said it goes good with rice and veggies and stuff. So I thought, you know what? Rice I do like a lot. So.
Okay, so it looks like black tar to begin with. It's very thick.
Yeah, it's like a paste almost.
I guess this is kind of like soy sauce, as I understand. So we'll give it a try and see how it is, but it's thick.
Yeah, and this is vegan, by the way. So if you're vegan, you can enjoy this too. All right. Ooh, it smells good. I'm ready to try it.
Whoa.
That is sweet.
Yeah, it's like fruity, like a
interesting,
like cherry or almost.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I agree.
Yeah, it's very caught me by surprise to say the least.
It's definitely a lot sweeter than I was expecting.
Molasses.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's molasses in there. I don't see any actual like fruits. I thought it tasted. Yeah, it's probably molasses. To me, it tasted like a cherry like jam or something. It was definitely not like it was much more sweet and definitely not more of that like savory flavor that I was expecting it to be.
It is salty though, so You definitely get some saltiness from it. I don't know. I am now kind of confused on what I would want to use that with. Mm-hmm. Do you have any thoughts?
I'm not sure. I've never had a hoisin sauce before. This is the first time I've experienced it, so it's all very fresh. But I don't know. I'm sure people that have had it before would be able to speak more intelligently on it than I can.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you like it?
It's okay. I mean, I think no. If I had to answer, I'm not a fan of this sauce with just like plain rice. Mm-hmm. I think maybe if it was paired properly to something that would like really go well with, maybe I would. But for me, it's just a new flavor that I'm not accustomed to yet.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that too. And I think when you have expectations of something and then it's totally different, you're like, whoa. And I think that's what happened with us. We were both like expecting something and it was totally different. So if you guys have suggestions, I don't think rice is the perfect pairing for in this case, just because of the sweetness factor in this. But I feel like there's definitely a dish out there that it will pair well with. So
I'm sure.
We're moving on. Okay, what are we moving on to?
So we're gonna move on now to an item for me. This is the chicken uncured bacon ranch dip. And open it up fresh, haven't touched it yet, but it looks really good. I'm gonna be trying it with just some basic pretzel slims from Trader Joe's, of course, and dipping and giving you my opinion. All right, I got the dip open, I got some pretzels, and I mean, really excited for this. I mean, ranch and uncured bacon dip. I mean, come on, let's go.
You can see like little shreds of cheese in there too. I think Tim's eyes like bugged out when he saw that.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I knew you would like this. This is like a perfect little football snack.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Ooh. I gotta chuck some bacon on there.
Okay.
I think this screams football snack. Mm-hmm. I think it has a lot of the really good flavor that bacon gives and offers to a dish. It's throughout, so it's not just these little yummy little bits. And it is definitely ranch as well.
Yeah.
So I think all of the flavors definitely come through and they pair very well together. You don't need anything that has a strong flavor for this because it is very flavorful. And it's refrigerated, so it's a little bit hard. Not hard, but like, you need a chip that can like stand up to some pressure. But it's really good. I enjoy this, and I'm going to eat all of these pretzels with this dip right now.
Yeah, I was curious. There is heating instructions on here, so if you wanted to heat it up and make it like bubbly and warm, and it would probably melt all that cheese, it does say microwave. So you're obviously going to transfer it out of this tub and then heat for 1 minute, stir, and then you can do 30-second increments until it's completely melted. But I want to give kudos to you. You described that very well. I felt like I could be tasting this right now, knowing what you said.
You could if you'd like.
But... I would not. So thank you.
But this is really good, guys. Worth it.
Okay, perfect. Well, since we're kind of doing the appetizer, football game season type foods, let's dig into these cheeses here. We have two kinds to try. Okay. We have the caramelized onion goat's milk cheese log, and I did not bring crackers for this, but should we just try it on the pretzels?
The pretzels will be just fine. Yes. All right. I don't know.
It tastes like onion dip. Exactly, with the goat's milk cheese flavor too. But if you guys like the onion packets that you add to sour cream and you mix it up, this tastes so much like this. It has a kind of a sweetness to it too.
A little bit, yeah. For me, I'm kind of struggling a little bit with it because...
but you don't like goat's cheese.
I don't like goat's cheese, that's correct. But I think that the caramelized onion flavor is kind of strong, like a little bit stronger than I would like it to be. But it might also be the fact that it's goat's cheese underneath. And goat cheese is one that I traditionally haven't necessarily enjoyed the flavor of. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty strong flavor. Like, I would say that this cheese is dominant. It definitely has a potent flavor to it.
I agree. It is definitely a stronger flavor, but if you like the caramelized onion, and I'm telling you, if you've had that onion dip and you like that, it tastes so much like that. So I think it's it's something that would be nice on a charcuterie board because I think there was like a lot of versatility with this. You can add it to things. It's spreadable and it's just like a flavor punch, like you said.
It's a flavor punch for sure.
It's good. I like it. We're going to move on to, what is it called?
This is a red Leicester cheese.
Yes, red Leicester. And
ooh, it's got a nice little orange tint to it there.
I know. You'd think it'd be red. So this is what the cheese looks like. This is the wax. Do not mistake the wax and accidentally eat it. I'm sure someone's done that before.
Certainly less flavor than the last one. Completely different. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more mild. Definitely more mild in the flavor. It's very like smooth and creamy.
I agree.
And yeah, I don't know yet. I'm still processing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I agree. It's really creamy. That's the first thing I noticed as I was chewing it. It does have a mild flavor. It definitely has a flavor though. There's something there. I don't know if I really like it or if I'm not a big fan of it. I can't decide because I do like it, but then I'm like, do I like it? If I keep eating it, will I continue to like it? And I don't know why, and I think both of us are on the same page as far as like, how do you describe this cheese, you know? Okay, Tim and I are taking a second try of this because we wanted to taste it without the cracker. It does have a little bit of a sharpness to it.
Yeah.
It's got a little sharpness. You don't like it?
I don't know. I don't hate it. It's not something that I'm like, oh, this is gross or that I don't like at all, but like, or that I dislike, but I don't know that I like it.
I think it has borderline a bit of brie aftertaste.
Brie aftertaste.
And that's what I think you don't like.
That is probably true.
Yeah.
That is accurate.
Yeah. I think it has like, it tastes a little bit like brie would. So it has like that little bit of like the sharpness. Like I said, it's sharp, but it has that brie sharpness, if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I do.
And Tim doesn't like that.
Yes.
So would you say that's...
I think that's pretty darn accurate.
Okay.
If we're going to be describing what this flavor is, that's probably the best we can do.
Okay. There we go. We're moving on now. We're almost getting into the sweets, which, we got
There's
a lot.
Few.
But Tim has one more item to try on his own.
Okay. Yes, I do. All right, here. So we've got the chili lime flavored pork rinds. And, you know, I can't say I'm a big fan of pork rinds, but, you know, we'll find out how I like these ones. Okay, so a typical pork rind, very fluffy and light, but this flavoring on it will be definitely different. Let's try it. Okay, I would say very typical pork rind. I haven't had a whole lot of pork rinds in my life, but it tastes like the traditional flavor that I've had in the past. But with the added chili lime seasoning, it definitely does change the dynamic of it. It has almost a little bit of spiciness. I wouldn't say that these are spicy. And I think that both the chili and the lime come through. So you do get a flavor of both of those.
That's nice.
If you like pork rinds, I think this is a great option because it does kind of switch things up from the traditional flavor. But I wouldn't say that it's like so far off from a traditional pork rind.
Okay. Will you be finishing the bag?
Yeah, I'll finish those.
Okay. Good to know, since you don't typically eat it.
Yeah.
Just curious. Okay, we're moving on now to all the sweets. We have 5 things we're trying. Let's start with the organic coconut crunchy clusters because this is going to be the least sweets out of all the sweets.
Okay.
And this sounds good to me. I love coconut, so I think this is going to be delicious. Ooh, these are real big clusters. They're clusters, so I'm going to try to, I'll just break this now.
These are sweets? They don't even look, these do not look like sweets.
But they go on top of like yogurt or like something that you want to top something with, but
fair enough. Lots of seeds in there.
This smells
for sure.
so good. It smells just like coconut, and it's like literally coconut shreds. So they've just clustered them. Coconut
shreds with some type of like stickiness, some honey or something like that, and then pumpkin, sunflower, and chia seeds.
So good.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Tastes like tastes like coconut.
Delicious.
You love it.
Yeah.
I will say I like that it's not very like overpowering in the flavor. It's pretty like subtle and nice. The right amount where someone like myself who isn't like, I love coconut, can enjoy it because the coconut flavor is definitely there. That's the primary flavor, but it's subtle. And yeah, I think it's actually pretty good.
I do too. I love this. I think it's, like you said, it's not overly sweet by any means. Did you say that?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, kind of.
I thought you said that. But...
it's not overly sweet. I didn't say that, but it's not.
Okay, I think you're right. It's not overly coconutty. It's not overly sweet. I like the crunch of it. It's very like, it's got a really nice texture to it. And then you get the little pumpkin seeds in there. You get the chia seeds. So there's even more little crunchies within the crunch. And it just, it's like a satisfying flavor where you don't need to have a ton of it to just like, you're just like, I need to eat more. No, I feel like having just one cluster is really good, and I feel like I don't need to reach in the bag and get any more, which I like. I like snacks like that. So if you were to eat it just out of the bag like we did, I think you could be, well, depending on how much you love them. If you love them, you might be like going to town. But I do think that this is like a really nice addition to like a cereal topper, oatmeal, yogurt, anything that you want to add the clusters to, or like I said, just throw them in a bag and you can snack on them.
Yeah. I think I would like them more if they were on like a yogurt or even an acai bowl.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's definitely a good suggestion. All right, we're gonna move on to, which one do you want to do
Where
first?
we start? I feel like we should start with maybe the maple pancake snaps.
Okay.
And then work our way up to some of these loaves and cakes and
yeah, the cakes are gonna have to be at the end. Probably the cake will be at the end. So this is the maple pancake snaps. Oh, look at that! It's half full.
Okay, we'll
pretty
take
good
it.
for Kango's. They just throw them in a bag. So this is a good cookie to throw into a cookie jar. When they're all in a bag like this, you just dump them right into the cookie jar.
They look crunchy.
Whoa! Smell these.
Wow, that is maple syrupy.
Yeah, it is.
Maple pancakey.
All right, let's try these little cuties.
These are better than I thought they were going to be. These actually taste less like they smell.
Yeah. They're really crunchy. I don't like them.
You don't like them?
No.
What is it that you don't like about
them? I don't know. They have like a strange taste to me.
They have a nostalgic taste to me. I can't put my finger on it.
Really?
Yeah. Like some type of cookie I had when I was a kid. But I don't know what it is. It'll probably come to me when I'm in the shower
like
or something like that.
butterscotch or something.
Maybe, but I like the texture of it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's crunchy, but it's not like hard. It's definitely not like a soft cookie, and I like that it's not super mapley. Like when you smell it, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of maple. But when you actually bite into it, I don't think that it's over. Like it's too much. I think that it's like a decent amount. I enjoy them. I really do.
Well, they're all yours, babe.
Good.
I feel
Mine
like
and Benson.
they have like almost like a taste of like oldness. Like they taste like old or something. I don't know. That's just my opinion. You guys, if you've been watching me for a long time, I don't really particularly love maple products anyway.
Me neither, though.
These are they're just okay for me. Like you said, I think the best part is the texture of the cookie. The flavor, I'm just not interested in, and that's just my opinion, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to love them. Tim does.
Yeah, I think they're good.
So that brings us to the second cookie that we're going to try, which is the all butter apple shortbread cookies. I feel like I'm going to like these a little bit more.
Yeah, I think these more fit into our traditional flavor
so cute
palette.
Yeah, these cookies come in the cutest little container, and each one has a little apple stamp on it, which is really cute. You could probably even put like little jam inside. Tim and I are just gonna split it.
Ooh, they smell good.
They really do.
Those are good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Meh.
I really like them. They're good. They taste very appley.
Yeah.
I like the apple flavor. Honestly, those ones are better than the maple ones, but that's just because it's more of my preferred taste. But those ones I like those. I do think they're really good. What do you not like about them?
I just feel like they taste synthetic.
Really?
Yeah. It tastes like a synthetic apple flavor.
See, I didn't think they felt that. I didn't think they tasted that way.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just off on my cookie game today.
You're just maybe off on your cookie game. Maybe.
We'll try the cakes. If I don't like those, then something's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I like my homemade chocolate chip cookies the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no beating homemade chocolate chip cookies, but as an apple shortbread cookie, I really like those. And I think you can be a little creative with them too. Like, first thing that comes to my mind is if they had like an apple ice cream. Do they put out an apple ice cream? Or
I know
like
we
a caramel
got one at Aldi once.
Yeah, that's right.
That was really good.
Maybe even a caramel ice cream would be really good too, and making a sandwich out of them. I mean, just like
that sounds good.
It would be a really good cookie for it.
I like the cookie itself, like the denseness of the cookie, and I do like there's like actual little apple particles in the cookie that you get a little bit of chew from, which I thought was really good. But I don't know, I just felt like the apple taste just tasted like the apple caramel lollipops.
Oh.
It tasted a lot like that to me, which is like obviously it's candy and it just isn't real. So that's like the flavor that I taste from that, and that's where I'm coming from. So
I mean, I can't untaste that now that you said it.
All right, we're moving on to the last two things, which is the pumpkin loaf, and this one says it has a delightful spiced sugar topping, which you can actually see the sugar on.
Yes.
So we are going to taste this, and let's hope this one isn't too sweet.
Yes.
Ready?
Yep.
It tastes like pumpkin bread. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's pumpkin loaf.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I had a little bit of the sugar crystals, thinking maybe that would be like a burst of flavor. It's not super sweet.
No, it's not. Honestly, I feel like it's very similar to the mix that Trader Joe's sells that you can just make yourself. So I guess it's for somebody that doesn't have time to make it themselves or they don't want to.
It's possible.
But yeah, it just tastes like a very traditional like pumpkin bread loaf. And I feel like it's a little dry, a tiniest bit dry.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I prefer just making it fresh because I can control the moisture. You can add things to make it more moist and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's exactly what you would expect it to taste like if you go into it thinking, okay, pumpkin bread. It just says pumpkin loaf, so I guess it does say that. But I was expecting it to be like something different, and it's not, which is okay because it's traditional and it's not overly sweet like you said.
Yeah.
It's probably really great with a cup of coffee, and it's easy. So
yeah.
That's the best part about it.
Yeah, I think for me, I would definitely want to pair it with something else. Because it has those spices in it that, it's pretty dominant, I'd say. But you're right, it's pretty dry as well. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's like on the side of ice cream. I've been using ice cream twice in a row now, but something to like complement it. I think I wouldn't be able to eat like very much of this if it was just straight.
We are officially to the last thing, and it just happens to be the pumpkin spice mini sheet cake. So I am assuming this is gonna have a lot of flavor because it's pumpkin spice, and it's probably gonna be really delicious and really sweet.
I feel like I already know what this tastes like because Trader Joe's has had so many similar sheet cakes where I think the frosting is just about the same on every one.
Yeah.
So I remember the frosting being extremely sweet where you always say it hurts your teeth. Mm-hmm. And we'll see if this one's any different. But let's give it a shot.
Yeah, the frosting's really sweet.
Yeah, the frosting's really sweet. Does it make your teeth hurt?
No, I don't like the frosting on this though.
It almost, I agree, because it is like a cream cheese frosting, but it's, cream cheese frosting.
It tastes like cream cheese. Like
it kind of does.
It tastes like it doesn't taste like the sweet part of the cream cheese. It tastes like cream cheese. The cake itself is delicious.
I think it's good. I think it's a little bit too much for me. Like, you gotta really like pumpkin spice, and if you do, I think you'll probably really like it. But it is definitely sweet. because there's a lot of frosting, and that frosting it's in your face.
Yeah. I like the cake. I was just trying to taste it again and compare it to the pumpkin loaf. Totally two different types of flavors. I feel like the pumpkin spice cake is more, I don't know, it's a cake, so it has like more sweetness to it than this loaf did. I am not a fan of the frosting at all. I think the frosting is a big miss on their part. It's just my opinion, but I just think I love the vanilla sheet cake. And that frosting, the vanilla bean frosting on top, oh my gosh, incredible. The sheet cake we just recently, what was that one that we just tried a few months back?
I couldn't tell you for the life.
You guys will know. I already forget what it was. I think it was the lemon one or something, but I can't remember. Anyway, I just think that this frosting on here is just, it's just like they like whipped up cream cheese and added maybe just a little bit of sugar and then just put it on there, and it's not for me. But I do think we had some really good things today.
We had some great things. I had some great things today.
Yeah, you love that dip.
I love that dip. I don't know. I mean, I've been staring at this dip, and there's like one pretzel left. I'm like, do I eat it on camera? I was like, no, I'm going to hold off. But after we turn this camera off, I'm going to be having a little bit more of that dip, but also that salad.
Yeah, I know.
The broccoli bake, whatever. That was really good too. It smelled great. It tasted great. Between the two of those, it's like 1A and 1B. Two really great things. The rest of them, I thought were, middle of the road. Pretty good for what they were. Nothing was like bad. So, yeah.
I'm so right there with you about that broccoli kit. It is so good, and I'm looking forward to eating more of it. But yeah, the rest of it is just okay. I don't know. Maybe we're just getting burnt out on the pumpkin stuff, or maybe it's just a lot of sweets all at once. I do think this is worth a purchase. If you guys like coconut, this was really good. I feel like you can skip the cookies unless you really want to give them a try.
Don't skip them.
But other than that's it. I guess it's time for the question of the week.
Yes. And what is it, honey?
So the question is, what is the next big flavor you think Trader Joe's should focus on? Ooh. You know how they do runs of things. Like obviously pumpkin is for fall, and they've done that for years and years. But then they also have done mango for a season, lemon. They've done
chili lime.
They've done strawberry. They've done so many different flavors where it'll just be everything in that flavor. What would you hope and wish for the next flavor for Trader Joe's to be? What do you have? You already know?
Kind of. But I don't know if it actually fits to their model, but like this chicken uncured bacon ranch dip makes me want it to be not ranch. Bacon. Bacon everything.
And he's married to a vegetarian. Okay, bacon flavored everything?
Yeah, I think
bacon
it'd be great.
chips?
Yeah.
Bacon
Yep. Bacon
candy?
Yep, I'll do
Bacon cookies?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you think bacon?
I think they should, but what do you think?
Okay, let me think here. I think passion fruit. I feel like that would be fun because I think it's a beautiful color. So the packaging, I'm always thinking about packaging. The packaging would be really pretty, vibrant, and I feel like they could do like a passion fruit sparkling, a passion fruit kombucha, passion fruit cakes and cookies.
They could. That's a good one.
Yeah. But I am curious to see what you guys think. You would love to see what flavor explosion and that single flavor for every product. And maybe we can, ask Trader Joe's. If they're listening,
whoever gets the most comments.
Yeah, to change it for something different for next year or this year or whatever. But that's it. This is the video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up for Harlow, who's crawling in the background. And subscribe too. And that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.